the end of days. The first sign shall appear in the heavens. Justice shall fall upon the world of men. The armies of light and shadow will clash across the fields of eternity. Leah, are you all right, my girl?
It was nothing, Uncle. Just a bad dream. We should be getting you home.
But there's still work to be done. If these translations are correct, the powers of hell could already be on the move. The world must be told of the coming darkness. You do believe me, don't you, Leah? It has begun.
Leave it, Uncle. It's not important.
Son of a bitch! Knocking everything over! Knocking everything over. Anyway, switch hero. Delete you. Make a new hero. Who do I want to be? Okay. Anyway, if you don't know, this is Diablo 3. My favorite of the 4. I've not played 4, but it sucks from what I hear. Anything else I need to go over before I load the game? Settings I'll get into in a second. Network can go away. Cinematic subtitles, but there wasn't any there. I call bullshit. These are my custom settings. I always suggest turning on elective mode because it is actually incredibly useful. Anyway, if you don't have a character built, it will just automatically throw you onto this screen where you get to pick your class. This game is beatable with all the characters. You don't have to worry about any of the class stuff. However, the classes do change up your playstyle a little bit. Barbarian and Crusader play roughly the same. They're physical attackers, where you charge up resources to be able to do high power attacks. Monk is also a physical attacker, who focuses more on weakening and debilitating. Demon Hunter, Witch Doctor, and Wizard are all roughly the same. Or actually, no, Demon Hunter and Wizard are roughly the same. You just focus on resource-based, high-power attacks. just like the Barb and the Crusader, but you use range instead of physical. And Necromancer and Witch Doctor are the same. You summon minions that do more than you ever can. This game is interesting because it was the first one to introduce not gendered characters, but was the first one that let you swap the gender of a character. Crusader was added with the Reaper of Souls edition, which was the first DLC this game got, which was interesting. It added a whole new act and, you know, a character and all that. Retweaked a whole bunch of stuff. The Necromancer was added in DLC 2. The Rise of the Necromancer pack. I do not like the Necro in this game. They just suck. Like, I'm not a fan of them. Oh, what? Her sound's different. Oh, no, she has a pool of them. Okay. Just showing off the animations. On the right, there's Q-tips. They show you what the character does, how a character functions primarily, stuff like that. All characters, again, they play relatively the same, but you're different. Like the difference in how their skills. Basically, the class just dictates what skills you get to use. Anyway, I'm gonna be a wizard. I guess I'll just use the name the game picks me. As you notice. The character looks different than what I had. All the characters do that. If you pick a character, you'll just appear relatively naked compared to them. Female Demon Hunter is a fan favorite. I don't like her. Her voice is obnoxious. Her personality is obnoxious. I'm gonna be wizard. Anyway, game start. Pick your act, pick your chapter. This game is interesting because you can replay parts of the game. You get difficulties. At first, you only get these 3. At level 61, you unlock Master. And then, once you get to level 70, you unlock, or I think it's when, yeah. Oh no, it's one. I guess you. No, never mind. I guess you just get these from the start of the game. I thought these were level based. And then these ones you get at 70. They're just varying difficulties. Torment is the only one that really does. Actually, no. Master and Torment actually add stuff. These two don't really change much. They just how much money you get, how much XP you get. How often you're going to run into special enemies. Oh yeah, your character class also dictates what we're about to see. Because you get a cutscene for starting a new character.
Since my youth, I have been told that I was special. A prodigy of vast potential. I came to the Ishari Sanctum, seeking what knowledge I could glean from the Masters. But I found them fearful of the truth. I would learn nothing from them. But the old books, the prophecies they contained, showed me all that might come to pass, and all that I might become. Then, a star fell from the heavens, the sign that my moment had come. I will go west to Tristram, to stop the darkness that the star portends and fulfill the destiny that beckons me.
Okay, so the first half and the last half of that cutscene, or first half and like little bit at the end there, does change based on what class you are. If I was a male wizard, I would get the exact same cutscene, but the character would be male. The barbarian, the crusader, all the other ones get a different cutscene. Except for the part where they talk about Tristram, a fallen star, and the cutscene where it was the maps panning. So, again, the game is basically the exact same depending on what, or regardless of what character you play as. Basic controls, left stick moves.
This place reeks of the dead. The fallen star must be near.
Right stick does a little combat roll. R1, bottom right down there, or bottom left shows you it basically is your HUD and your Q-tips. Bottom right is the minimap. Right now I have a I have a power attack on A, nothing on RT. The rest of the buttons don't do anything just yet, but they're all linked to the different skills. R is healing potion. If I come over here, there's a zombie. Just like most games, you know, they'll try to hit me. It will hit me and do damage to me. I can use my little weak attacks on it, or my A button that does more damage. Killing it gives me XP, which is the bar underneath the red bar in the bottom left. But hey, I'm missing some red. Right bumper on console heals that with your potion. However, your potion goes into cooldown. You do have a cooldown on a lot of your stuff in this game. Pause button, or select, opens up this screen. This screen's basically useless, unless you want to look at challenges, but we'll get to that later. Also, you can change difficulty. However, you can only go one above, one below. Pausing gets you your inventory. Any cosmetics you have, which are account locked. A lot of the stuff in this game is account locked. And it's also based on, like, what you've bought. So if you, like, Wings of the Crypt Guardian is if you have the Necromancer DLC. Mercy's Gaze, it used to be if you just played Overwatch, but they just gave it out. Hatred's Grasp was if you have the ultimate version of Diablo 2. Primeval Wings, I think it's Beat Diablo 2? Or it's something, there's something with it. Pets, Butcher, you have to complete a special event that only happens during New Year's. Golem, you know, Necromancer, but then, you know, a bunch of other those stuff. All these do is pick up money for you. Kukos if you're on Switch. Portrait Frames, Triforce also Switch. Peanuts is Necromancer. We'll get to the rest of that stuff later. Bottom left, actually I'll display that in a second. Regardless of what class you are right now, as long as you don't have a skill equipped, RT is always going to be a little zap. It's essentially useless.
If my old masters could see me now.
Because it makes way for I leveled up. Leveling up unlocks a skill, gets you a skill category. Regardless of character, you get the categories at the same time, and I think you even get the skills at the same time, and the ruins. But what you get is different. So, for example, the Barbarian gets a massive, like, overhead slam that does high damage. The Wizard, A button does that. RT does Ray of Frost, which is a icy laser beam. However, as you can see bottom left,
I don't have enough arcane power.
it uses the purple resource I have. You can't use it if you physically don't have the resource.
Prophecy sent me in search of the star that fell on this land.
It fell on the old cathedral. There was only one survivor, Leah. You should speak with her.
Captain Rumford, more dead are coming.
We can't open the gates until we drive them back.
Ray of Frost has the benefit of slowing down enemies, and they also do pretty high damage. So instead of my A button doing, 6, this one does like 14, 15 at a time. However, as I said, it burns the resource.
I've never seen anyone fight like that before. Guards, open the gates. You'll find Leah at the Slaughtered Calf Inn.
Burn those corpses before they rise again.
Unfortunately in this game, because I have played it a little bit already, because I've tried to record this several times and I failed miserably because I'd have to leave and then I would lose the flow. Your money is shared between saves. So I have $47,000 in the bottom left, as well as this guy.
I promised Marco I'd protect him. But now
That if you're playing this game for the first time, you don't have this guy. This guy's a blacksmith. He can make you tools. I'll get into that later, once I actually unlock him proper. So this guy, I'm not supposed to be able to, I'm not supposed to be able to buy anything, but because you don't have any money usually, but for the time being, I'm going to buy stuff. And now I have to unequip everything so I can show off the cosmetic thing that it has. This game has cosmetics. You can play Fashion Souls with it. So if you notice her hands, she has like the wraps around her hand. Take it off, it turns into a different wrap, I believe. Chest armor is more, chest armor is usually, you're just going to see that more with the chest armor. Those icons there, the sword, the shield, and the crosses, I never remember how they work. I think and they're based on if that item is going to give you an upgrade or a downgrade to your current stat total of that category. Because each stat has a lot of factors that play into it. So for the sword is for offense. So if I had a sword that had the exact same stats as the one I currently have, but it had instead of the XP, it had faster, increase to my attack speed, it would say it deals more damage, even though it technically doesn't. Same with defense as the shields. All of these factor into it. So, you can have a piece of armor that does 10 defense, or have one that does 5 defense but gives you 20 poison resist. It will say that does higher defense, even though technically it doesn't. Life is the cross, or the crosses. Resources, you can't really affect these all too much. Adventure is just, XP bonus, how much you have, what your percentage to find stuff is, how much bonus XP you get, stuff like that. If you bought this game on Switch, I believe, I don't remember if Xbox does it, you get access to a ring. You just get a ring. I think it was it Xbox One or was it 360? I can't remember, but you had the ability to... You also got a pair of shoulder pads. This chest, again, is also shared on your entire account. So there's stuff in here, like gems and stuff that I have on other characters. I'll detail it all when I get to it proper. Most of this stuff, I think pretty much all I did was I did the DLC, the bonus event, because I lost my old save file where I had 100%ed it, basically. I got every legendary gem max level, almost every achievement, but you can't get all of them because some of them are borderline impossible, especially if you don't have internet connection. So, I have 9, 242, 21. 16, 493, 71. So it is also... Wait, level requirement reduced by 9. Does that mean... I could wear that at level 5. You talk to this guy because I have access to him.
Nothing ever seems to change in New Tristram, does it?
What do you mean?
There's always some threat of the risen dead or foul evil descending on the town, isn't there?
The icon he had above his head, you want to pay attention to it. Because in... This guy's useless, by the way. He's only PvP. In challenges... Ooh, what was it? Was it... Is it General? No, it's Triumphs, I think. Triumphs is just little achievements, challenges, beat certain bosses. No, it's... Is it General? Yeah, it's General. Go down to Hassling Hadrig, which was that man. The game keeps track of all the stuff you do in, like, checklists. So right there I got New Tristram, which is the second one. The Weary Blacksmith I will detail later, because that one sucks. But usually those do go in order.
Can you move this thing? I need to get by.
How dare you speak to me like that? I am the mayor of this town.
Why are you trying to leave?
Are you mad? This town is doomed. Anyone with a grain of sense should be trying to get out. Will you help me or not?
I am not in the habit of helping cowards.
Mailboxes for co-op stuff. You can send items to your real-life friends.
For many years, villagers were too afraid to settle near the ruins of the cursed town Tristram. But as time went by, adventurers arrived to loot the old cathedral, and their business was profitable enough that New Tristram sprang up to accommodate them. Fewer travelers visit now, though, and the town is mostly populated by craftsmen and farmers.
The game has plenty of little lore books. You can walk around, you can pick them up. They give you XP for reading them, but only the first time you pick them up, because reading them shares between save files. That's why 5 of the Hadrig ones were already checked. Reading them does save between save files, but you can pick them up on every character once to get the XP bonuses.
We've been under siege for 6 days now. Uncle Deckard is still missing. Captain Rumford and the others are losing hope. I tell them not to lose faith, but if help doesn't arrive soon...
Are you Leah? Rumford said you survived the fallen star.
I did, but it blasted my uncle Deckard Cain into the depths of the old cathedral. I tried to search for him, but the dead were already rising. I came back here to rally the militia, but... Watch out! The wounded are turning!
This is killing business.
The dead will overwhelm us all, unless something is done.
I will make certain that doesn't happen. Your town is safe.
Thank you. You should speak with Captain Rumford at the gate. He can tell you what to do.
Contemplating if I should end this part off now so I can do the audio check. Nah, I'll go to the first area. Or like the first, I'll go over there. Talking to random people that do not have a blue icon above their head
Come to help us. The other adventurers...
does not grant anything special.
16 militiamen went out. Only Rumford came back.
For the most part, talking to characters that have these little icons, or that little icon above their head, mark or count towards an achievement.
What can I do to help you fight the risen dead?
I admire your courage, but Captain Dalton and the militia were slaughtered by those things. Only I survived.
Thanks for the warning, but I won't be dying today.
Well, I have seen you fight. Strike at the wretched mothers and their queen. They're the ones vomiting out these horrors.
They're attacking the barricades!
So, as you said, they're vomiting out nightmares. So quite literally, the redheads will puke up more enemies.
That's one of the wretched mothers. There are more of them in the ruins
really?
down the road.
So yeah, because what I think I don't remember what the yeah, it's counting this one as doing more like this is 7.5 as opposed to 7.7. It's counting it as doing slightly more damage because it has a higher attack speed. Same with the healing properties. I don't know why it's saying it has higher healing Oh, because I guess maybe the attack speed affects like health steal. If you have health steal or whatnot. I'm going to keep the sword for the XP. It's not much XP, but...
Didn't think I could get any better.
Alright, the thing at the bottom. The 10 kills, 11, you know, it goes up. How that thing works is that thing will multiply your XP based on how many kills you get in a short frequency of time. So it is very helpful. Anyway, blue item. Blue items typically have special stuff to them. Like this one has life per second. Skills. I got a new skill. But this one's an A button. So instead of that little purple orb, I can now do this. However, it is random and I do not like it. But, if you do not have elective mode on, you won't see these little arrows on the left and the right. What elective mode does, and this is why I love it, let's say I don't want Ray of Frost. Ray of Frost is not good for me, I don't like it. I can go to another category and equip it. Normally these are locked to category. So RT is always a channeling, Y is always a defensive, you know, all that stuff. That's typically how it works. So right now I can use both of these at the same time because I have them both equipped. However, I do not have access to the beam. You only get access to what you have equipped on this wheel. As Rumford said, I'm gonna have to deal with that. Wait, was it? Oh, wait a second, that's not... I don't think that's supposed to be there just yet. I think he's supposed to be pretty rare.
Need more arcane power.
This guy. Yep, Pendant Extraordinaire. Yep, I think this is a rare guy. But I didn't get what he drops. Anyway, yeah, the multiplier does change based on how many kills you get in the frequency. But that was a special enemy. Special enemies have special effects, like that one is a waller. He just builds walls around you. But, as Rumford said, you want to strike at the Wretched Mothers. So right now I have a challenge going on, which is 2 out of 3 Wretched Mothers killed. If you kill 3, I think at this point you get like access to 4 or 5 of them. If you kill 3 of them, you get, I think you get bonus XP when the mission ends. I don't remember, how do I... Nope, that's switch. How do I get to the menu again? I don't recall. Wouldn't be that button, no. Oh, that's player tracking. Oh, one of the D-pads, yeah, I forgot about that. It's down on the D-pad. The guys up in the top left, as you can see, there's a couple guys glowing blue. Those are, they're called elites, or I think unique enemies. Blue enemies usually come in a pack of 3, and they share an ability. So these ones all have teleport. The yellow one I saw earlier, normally they only have little minions with them, which just have higher health. However, and sometimes they'll have one of the main person's abilities, but they'll usually have multiple abilities. So you usually want to make sure you're ready to fight them if you encounter a yellow or a blue group. You can't really tell what's going on, but if you walk over a corpse, if you just see like a knight corpse on the ground, or like a person corpse, a skeleton, stuff like that, you can walk over it, you'll auto kick it, and you'll just loot it, basically. Anyway, more details. I got a new sword I don't care about. I got a Y button skill at level 4, which is Frost Nova. Just lets you freeze everything around you for a few seconds. And I got a new ZR called the Arcane Orb. This is not a channeling skill, so it's not a laser beam or whatnot. But what this one does is it fires a big orb that does AoE. It is good if there's a group of enemies. However, it is terrible for single source or single like opponents. So it's good on groups, bad on bosses and stuff. Belt in this game does not increase how many potions you can hold. Kind of sad, but potions are not limited in this game. In the original version of this game, potions were limited by just like a number. Like you just bought a set number of them.
Diablo himself once walked this place.
Oh. And because it's a dagger, I fire faster. So yeah, the Ray of Frost has very limited AoE. The Arcane Orb has quite a bit.
Still waiting. Need more arcane power. I am stronger still.
Every time you level up, you will kill everything around you. Do I want that? No, not really, because it does the same damage, it says. But it does say it does technically higher, but... Reduces all resource costs by 3, or... Chance to deal area. The degree of arrows is... It's based on, like, how much of a margin. So even though the one this glove I have only gives me 4 life per hit, because it's comparing to one that doesn't give any positive healing effect, it claims that it is a massive downgrade. Anyway, level 6, I believe you unlock ruins, or runes, whatever you want to call them. What those do is they're basically add-ons to your skill, or to your spell or whatnot. So Charged Blast increases the damage from 230 to 325 as Arcane. On your screen, you may or may not, well, when you play the game, you may or may not see those percent numbers. Those percent numbers are... it's an option in here, Advanced Tooltips. It'll give you like margins and stuff like that. That is a nice thing to have. And it changes the color of the icon, or of the spell. So now it has a little bit of like extra spikes to it. I think the only piece of equipment I'm missing is a helm. Oh, I missed some money down there. Or over there. Things will highlight through like resources if you can't see them. Or walls and stuff. Oh, is there not a book around here? Oh, here it is. Here's one of them, rather.
Praise the powers that be. Griswold, bless his dear heart, risked everything to bring that dear boy home from the cathedral. Though he is troubled and moody now, I am certain it will pass, and he will once again be the sweet wirt we all love.
This is if you played Diablo 1, or in Diablo 2 when you go to Tristram, this free Deckard Cain. This is Tristram. I want to see now. Will it let me wear this? No, it claims it's level 13, but the ring I have says it level requirement. Oh, level. Okay, level requirement on the ring itself. When can I wear these? Next level, actually. For now, because you wouldn't normally have access to the blacksmith, you do have limited backpack space in this game. So you do want to sell or do other stuff with the items that are taking up your inventory. Get rid of this one because I already have it learned. Blueprints are based on account, and you get that for just playing the game. Anyway, I'm going to end this part off because I got to do the audio test. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.